Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of the College Survival Guide. As you can tell, it's the same night as the last one, but I was actually talking about this in the last one, and I edited it out because I figured, put it into a whole episode. Make pad the resume. I'm not sure what resume I'm padding because this can absolutely go on nothing. This would impress no one, but whatever. Episode 4, books. You will most likely need your books. This is the very first thing you need to do is check around with people who've gone to the school. See if your school has a reputation for not using books they tell you to buy. If your school has this reputation, like Fordham, don't buy your books until you are absolutely sure you will need them, because you do not want. You have about a 7-day return limit before you cannot return the books. You can sell them back, but you cannot return the books for the full price. So make sure ahead of time. Also, never ever take anything out of the wrap if it comes in a wrap until you're sure if you buy one, because again, you will not be able to sell it back if you take it out of the wrap. But anyway, tips. Again, this depends on your college. I know my sister's college was a ripoff, and I could count as slander. I don't know whatever the terminology is, but yeah. Again, Jamie is pretty good. I don't know what people are talking about, but check around. Before you buy your books, go into the store, check out the prices, and then again ask around to see if if the college town has any like secondary stores that aren't affiliated with JMU. Even though I have my suspicions about our non-affiliated one, I kind of think it is. But anyway, check around. Supposedly they'll sell them at cheaper prices. Also, never buy new books. Just buy them used. When you sell them back, supposedly, this is a rumor, take off the used stickers if you can take it off, because you may get more money back because they think you're selling a new book back instead of a used book back. But that's just a tip for when you sell it back. But anyway, when you go around, check the prices, and then when you're done with checking the prices, go online. Go to Amazon, go to half.com, even go to the bookstore websites like Barnes & Noble, Borders. Check around. You can find books for cheaper prices than what they sell at the bookstores on campus. But just really, if you're not worried that much, if you're not that worried about the money, just buy them on campus. It's not a lot of hassle. You don't have to buy individual ones. You don't have to worry about getting the books in on time. That is, unless you actually order them through eCampus. People don't always get the books on time if you do that, so be warned if you do that. I've had friends who've had to wait several days before they got the books, which seems to eliminate the purpose of buying them on eCampus, because they're not any cheaper than buying from the store. You just don't have to deal with it. I think that's E4Let, but I think E4Let's used through eCampus. But also on books. This applies to people who live near the bookstores. If you are going to buy them from the bookstores and it's a local college, buy your books before school starts. Buy them about 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time. I mean, I'm going to buy mine probably tomorrow. There's no one in the bookstores. There's no lines. Just walk in, go upstairs, go do. Books, very heavy. Go downstairs and sell, and well, not sell. If you can sell books you haven't bought yet, do it. That's a great way to make money. Maybe a little illegal, but pull it off. College is about saving money, and that's one way. But anyway, go down, buy your books, you walk out, no problem. First couple days of school, bookstore's gonna be a nightmare. They'll also have discount times. At least Jamie does, where at certain times it's 5%, 10% discount. And in all honesty, if you really strapped for cash, go for it. If not, again, think about it. Books are expensive. There's going to be lines. There's going to be tons and tons of lines. It's one of those hassles that you don't want to do it. I wouldn't do it. Also on books, you can't sell books back unless you have the CDs with them, which is stupid. So, most teachers won't use the CDs. I've only used the CDs in one of my classes, and I've had about 5 classes with CDs. Unfortunately, I still have about 3 of those books because I was stupid and took the CDs out of the books. Don't take CDs out of the books until you're absolutely sure you'll use them. Once you've done that, put them in a very important CD holder. Because at the moment, I have a $61 book I can sell back for $61 if I can find one CD that I never ever use and no one will ever use it again. Unfortunate, I could use that money. But little tip. My friend did this. I kind of tried to do it with this book. It didn't work as well, and I'm not as brave, if you want to call it that, as him. But if you don't have your CDs, you can always put a CD in it that you don't use. Some will check, some won't check, and that's where it gets iffy. If you get one that doesn't check, you're good. Especially if you've taken the class and you know that the person won't use the CD, or they have an easy way to get it. No problem. I don't know what they do to you if they find out that you're trying to pass off a PlayStation 2 game that doesn't work as a math program. I'm not sure. I'm not that brave. I don't want to find out, which is why I have my book and not getting rid of PlayStation games I don't use. But, if that ever happens to you and you feel like going for it, they will probably not check. They'll just, they have a little thing, the computer will say, does it have a CD with it? And like, yes, it has a CD with it. And then I'm like, good. And then you're gone. Hopefully. If it's a student, they'll do that, probably. Go for the students if you're trying to pass off a scam. The adults will check. I don't know why they care more than the students, but they do. So just scam the students, not the adults. Okay, the students are adults too, but don't scam the disheartened adults. Scam the people who are going to be disheartened. And yes, I do believe that's all my suggestions for books. Treat them nicely, actually, because they do have a system where you get more money if the books are good than if they're bad. Which is also, buy a used book that looks really, really good and rip off the used sticker so they think it's a new book that was treated very nicely, and you'll get your most money back. Or you can always sell them online, and again, you'll probably get more money back if you do that. It's possibly more of a hassle, but yeah, if you have the time, you have nothing better to do, do that. And that's it. And next time, I actually know what I'm talking about, so I can announce it. Next time, we will be discussing the dreaded Freshman 15 in Dining Hall. Oh, and one little note on books that I forgot, and this is our first and probably our only PS. Well, most likely it'll be more. But anyway, bookstores at college campuses don't always keep the books all the time. About halfway through the semester, they start selling their books back to the publishers so that they didn't waste the money. This means if you wait until you need a book to buy it, if you don't need the book until the end of the semester, if you go to the bookstore, they might not have it. And this becomes a lot of fun when you need the book in about 2 to 3 days to have a quiz because you just thought, it's only a couple of chapters, I can read that when I buy the book. Doesn't work that way because the bookstores might not have it in stock anymore. So ask your bookstore when they sell them back if you feel like it. Otherwise, just keep track and make sure that you get your books by a certain time into the semester if you can. So when you do need them, you won't have to rush order them from Amazon, which is very expensive. So just make sure that you get the books before your bookstore sells them back, and if you need the books.